it's me, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Jack. Today I'm going to be making an omelette. Now, I know what you're thinking, omelettes are easy, everyone knows how to make an omelette. But, how often do you make them? You can use anything you have in your fridge. Literally, all the leftovers you could just put in an omelette. And I seem to always go wrong with an omelette, it ends up more like scrambled egg. So I thought I'd give it a go. I've got nothing else to cook tonight. So I found some food that people have left in the fridge, which are the leftovers of the meals they've made. So you want 2 eggs for your omelette, and then whatever else you have in your fridge. So I've got some garlic, half an onion, 3 mushrooms, a yellow pepper, last bit of cheese, and I want something meaty in there, so I found some roast turkey in there. So I'll use that. Let's prepare the vegetables. As you can see, I've already prepared some of the ingredients. You can use any ingredients that you just find in your fridge. So don't worry if they're not the exact same that I use. You can move those to one side for the moment. And I'll show you how to prepare these. With the mushrooms, as I've always said, loosen the stalk. And then you want to use the stalk as well because that's a good bit. You don't want to waste that. So chop that into pieces. It can vary as to how big you want it. Depends how lumpy you want your omelette. These mushrooms are quite old, as you can see. A lot of the stuff here is as it's leftovers. And so don't forget, with mushrooms you can peel off the outside layer. Omelettes are quite good for the end of the week when you've just got a fridge with all your leftovers in and you want something for dinner. You can just chuck anything in it, literally anything. Aubergines, you can even put potatoes in there if you really want. I've had potato omelettes before. And then when you cut mushrooms, you can cut them to, as I say, any sort of size. Depends how lumpy you want your omelette to be. So I'm going to cut them into small squares. There you go. Pepper. You want to cut out the stem with all the pips in. So cut that out, discard it. You need to cut out the centre here, and then again, whatever size you want to cut it to. For some reason, I prefer yellow and red peppers to green. I have no idea why, because I don't know if there really is a difference in taste, or if it's just a personal preference in colour. I don't dislike the colour green, in fact I do quite like it. I've got a nice Ed Sheeran hoodie that's green. So, I don't know, just a personal preference I guess. So I'm going to cut these into cubes, and then the cheese. I was going to do it on the big one, but then I thought no, because I want it to melt quite well. So I'm going to do it on the smaller one. This cheese doesn't smell quite right, like a lot of things in our house, or like a lot of things in our fridge. My dad likes, well not likes, I'm sure he'd prefer in-date food, but he doesn't mind eating out-of-date food, like really out-of-date, and mouldy stuff. He just scrapes the mould off. Which I can see to a point, like with a piece of bread, if it's just on the crust, you can take that off, the rest of the bread will be fine. As long as it looks and smells fine. But this cheese doesn't smell too good. It tastes alright. Even if you do eat out-of-date food, it isn't necessarily a bad thing because it will build up your immune system. And after a while, you'll be able to eat all these out-of-date stuff like my dad does. Although I recently ate some chocolates that were I think two years out of date. It was either because I ate too much or because they were out of date. I didn't feel too good afterwards. Which is strange because there was box quality streets in our garage for 10 years. And when we cleared out the garage, it was unopened, so me and my dad opened them up and ate them all. Not all at once, obviously, because that would have made us sick. There we go, there's your cheese, and then turkey, or whatever meat you want to use. Chop it into squares if you want to. You could just have strips or whatever. Also you could use any meat you wanted, so like leftover chicken, or beef, lamb, duck, anything you want you can chuck in there. Alright, next up, onion. It's already been peeled because someone's used it already. Let's just chop this up. I'm not wearing any eye protection, which is probably going to turn out to be a bad idea. That's another thing. I prefer red onions to white onions. There is a flavour difference between red and white onions though, I find. I want to chop off the bottom, and then it makes it a bit easier to peel. How should I do this? I could crush it. It never works when I crush it, so I'm actually going to try and chop this up. And there we go. Stick that in the pile of onions. Eggs. I've actually upped it to 3 because I've got so many other ingredients. So you want to crack it open, use both parts of the egg, and you want to mix them all together like you do when you're doing a scrambled egg. So I've already mixed 2 together. Mix your final one and you're ready to go. Now join me over at the cooker. So when you're ready, you want to put your hob on. This one's really weird, it's got 2 rings. So the inner ring heats up, but then you've got to turn it again, and then the rest of it should heat up. Come on, there we go. Because you're using a bigger pan. So you want to put that on. I've got it on 12. We'll see if that works. I have a feeling I don't have enough eggs. But you want to pour that in. No, that's definitely not enough eggs. I'm going to need like 5 more. I wonder how many eggs we have. We've only got 3 more eggs, so I'm going to put 2 more in here. We used to have this tool where you could like plunge it and it would mix it all together for you. But we lost it. Oh my god, spilling this all over the cooker there. Why is that a different colour? That's like a lot more yellowy. I don't know if you can make it out on the camera. I also suggest adding a tiny bit of milk to your glass. Oh my god. Okay, when I say a tiny bit, I'm going to add that much because that was the last of the milk. See? Leftovers. Use them up. Get the rest of the egg off the glass. Like that. Add it to that. Hopefully that is enough eggs now. Next step. Add your ingredients. So you got your onions and garlic. You got your ham, or turkey. You got your mushrooms. And you got your peppers. And then you got your cheese. I'm not going to use the whole lot of cheese. I'm only going to use maybe 3/4 of it at the moment. And you'll see where I use the rest of it later. You want to spread that out a bit. I'm going to use that final egg. There we go, using up all the ingredients at my house. Luckily Mum's going shopping tomorrow, so that's fine. 6 eggs! That's ridiculous. It's got nothing to mix with. They're such tiny eggs though. You could, actually, I've just thought this is a good idea. You could use, if you're using 6 eggs or however many, do half of them first, put it as the base, put your ingredients in, and then put the other eggs on top. That probably would work better. Well, maybe your omelette will come out better than mine then. Just work the spatula around the edge so that the omelette doesn't stick too much. And you get the rest of the mixture in there. I'm going to have to turn on the fan now. I can smell something burning. I hope a fly didn't land in there. It smells like a frying fly. I don't know why my omelettes always turn out as scrambled egg rather than an actual omelette. I've never been able to like turn an omelette so that you can do the top side. It never works. I really hope my wife can cook when I get married. Not that I'm planning on getting married just yet, or who I know who my wife would be. But that would help a lot because I can't cook. As you probably can tell from watching these videos. Oh my god, I think it's starting to work. I really don't want to turn this over because I know that it would just fall apart and turn into scrambled egg again. As it always does. Oh my god, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. I'm just trying to work it off from the middle. In the middle, at the bottom there. Yeah, I can feel that that's all hard there. Maybe I can make it into one of those calzone things where it folds over. That's probably the best that I can do. I don't even think that'll work. Shall I give it a go? Oh my god. That was a disaster. Okay, I'm settled. This isn't an omelette anymore. This is how to make scrambled egg. Let's just, if you go wrong with an omelette, you can always have scrambled egg. Wow, that's really burnt onto this pan. My mum's going to be angry. Some of it cooked alright though. Now, I was going to sprinkle the rest of the cheese on the top of the omelette once it was done. But I don't think that's going to happen now. So, let's just put it on now. And I'm going to leave that in for a bit longer and I'll show you it once it's done. Hey, it's me. And this is how my omelette turned out. More like scrambled egg. But, on first taste test, it is really good. So, I'll definitely be making that again. If you follow my video, there is no recipe. This was just off the top of my head because I've made it before. So I thought, well, why don't I show you something of mine rather than working out that recipe book. So if you want to try it, give it a go and show me what you do. Obviously you can't leave a video response anymore, but put a link in the comments to your video, and I shall go and watch it and let me know what you thought of this video. And so I'll see you next time. Bye bye.